KFGO.com, and on the triple towers of power, the mighty 790 News Radio, KFGO.
The mighty 790 and 104.7 KFGO, and better state right away. Now, we're starting with the Air Force theme, but we're going to get to the Navy theme and anything else we should get to, too, because they're all involved with the Fargo Air Show. Good afternoon, and welcome back to The Drive. I'm Dan Michaels. Paulie Lynch is our producer. Paul Driggins, the KFGO News Center. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. The Fargo Air Show is July 24th and 25th, and it's going to be here before you know it. I wanted to talk Fargo Air Show now, while we still got a couple months for everybody to get ready to go. Maybe you'd like to become a sponsor. I tell you what, we've got the man in charge, or one of the men in charge. One of the first things Dick would probably do is say, well, you know, we got these guys working too. He's not going to take all the credit. His name is Dick Walstad, co-founder of the Fargo Air Museum. He's been involved with the Fargo Air Show for 30 years, maybe longer than that. Dick joins us on the air this afternoon to talk about the upcoming air show and lots more. Good afternoon, and welcome back to KFGO, Dick Walstad.
Thanks, Dan. Pleasure to be with you. Looking forward to it, and appreciate the weather you've arranged for us while we're up here in Fargo. So this is just fantastic. Good to talk to you.
We just hit officially 50 degrees at the airport.
Wow.
So we did hit 50 today, and this is a sad tale. You know, Dick has earned his wings in many ways, and one of those ways is, you know, he's been going south for winters for years and years, but COVID has kept him in Fargo this year, and so Dick had to live through our nasty cold snap. Was there anything you did to stay warm other than just stay in the house?
I dug some old clothes out of the closet that I haven't worn for a long, long time, and wore double layers.
Gosh. Well, I'm sorry you had to go through that, and hopefully the vaccine's going around, and by this fall maybe get back to normal, and you'll be able to spend winter in, where do you go, California?
Coronado, California. That's a naval base, and I'm close enough to go over and watch the Blue Angels during the winter training down in El Centro, California.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, so wonderful. And, so I'm right there in the middle of all kinds of jet traffic and airplane traffic, and next door the Navy SEALs training base, and just a fun place to be.
Dick, you got to tell everybody, and including me, I want to know, too, why are you such a fervent supporter of flight?
Of life?
Flight. Why are you involved with the Air Museum?
Well, okay, yeah. Ever since I was a kid, I loved airplanes. We used to watch the P-51s fly into Minot way back when. And, of course, they built the airbase up there, and that was kind of neat. And I always thought I was going to be a pilot. Never got a pilot's license, but worked in these things so much that I managed to sweet-talk my way into a ride in an F-101, an F-4, an F-16, and I got about 50 hours of aerobatic time with Jim Maroney.
Wow.
And so just really excited about aviation, but Maroney would take me up and let me do the flying and then land me, but I didn't do landings very well, so I never finished my training.
And he's so involved with all sorts of different things, the Air Museum, with the Air Show, and the Blue Angels are going to be coming back. They're going to make history when they return to Fargo under the flight lead of a Fargo native. Tell everybody about who's the commander of the Blue Angels.
This is pretty exciting and a big deal here. Young man by the name of Brian Kesselring went to Fargo South High School, went to Concordia College, was a pretty fine athlete at both of those locations, joined the Navy, and went into flying F-18s, and lo and behold, he ends up, after about 20 years in the Navy, becoming the boss of the Blue Angels. Boss is the word that the commander refers to, and he is the second guy in the history of the Blue Angels to be the boss, coming from North Dakota.
Wow, that's incredible! And he's going to be coming home. I mean, he's got to be so excited about this air show.
Oh, he is very excited about it. We started working on this 2 years ago, and it's finally coming around. It looks like we dodged the bullet here as far as COVID is concerned.
Yeah.
But Brian's bringing the Navy Blue Angels to town, and the big deal is the Blue Angels, for the first time in 30 years, are flying new airplanes.
Can you describe it's an F-18 Super Hornet? Do you know anything about that aircraft?
Oh, yeah. I've been around them. I haven't had to ride in one of them, but back in '86, they were flying A4s. They converted from A4s to the F-18 Hornet, back in '89 under the guidance of a guy named Gil Rude from Mayville, Portland. And he converted. He was the first guy to fly with the Blue Angels in the old F-18 Hornets, and the last guy to be the boss of the Blue Angels with the old F-18 Hornets is Brian Kesselring.
Huh. How about that?
Takes the North Dakota people to teach them how to fly those things, and then how to park them.
That's right. Well, you know, one of the reasons I wanted to have Mr. Walstad, Dick Walstad, is joining us this afternoon. We're talking about the Fargo Air Show, which is going to be in town July 24th and 25th, is I wanted to talk about what it would be like to be exclusive Commanders Club sponsor or sponsor some hospitality, partner with the Fargo Air Show. A lot of people listening to KFGO this afternoon. Dick, let's talk about what the benefits are for being a sponsor for the Fargo Air Show. Sell some sponsorships, Dick.
Well, a couple things I'd like to say here first, Dan. We are a nonprofit organization. We make any money, we give it away. Over the time that we've been functioning, we've given away in excess of $600,000. Over $300,000 of that has gone into the Fargo Air Museum. 70 people on our committee. We all work as volunteers, and if we're successful, but we need a lot of sponsors. This is a $700,000 operation to put together. So we need a lot of support to make this happen. Of course, ticket sales and people coming to the air show are the key factors. But right now, we're working with a lot of people who want to sponsor an event. For instance, I got a monster 300-mile-an-hour jet-powered semi-truck, and we need somebody to sponsor him. We need a sponsor for a guy named Mike Wiskus. He flew in our show before, but he's coming back. A female aviator by the name of Jackie B is coming here out of Texas. And so we need sponsors for these. Let's see, we got a B-25, too. How would you like to sponsor a B-25? And we'll give you a ride in it in the meantime. And by the way, you want to sponsor Mike Wiskus? Well, we can give you a pretty exciting ride in there at that, and as a possibility. And Jackie B, we can get a ride with that, and with the jet truck, and so on. So, and we have some seating opportunities, reserved VIP seating with beverages and food and everything else, and reserved seating. And right now we have 20 of those arrangements available, and 10 of them are gone already. It's kind of on a first-come, first-served basis. So there are those opportunities. But need a lot of sponsor money, need a lot of ticket sales to make this whole thing work. As I said, there's $700,000 worth of expenses we're looking at to make this show work.
They're looking for sponsors, and if you're interested, you can sponsor a performer, a corporate chalet, the commander's chalet, a table for 8, the chairman's chalet, an exhibit booth. Benefits include sponsor display signs, program sponsor, advertising, VIP functions, premier reserve area, food and beverage, public address recognition. So if you are interested in partnering with the Fargo Air Show, co-chair Dick Walstad is right here, and he would be so happy to sign you up. Dick, who are you looking for? What kind of sponsors? Who are you looking for to be a sponsor for the air show?
Well, let's say you want to sponsor Mike Wiskus. We're looking at about $5,000 to do that. But part of that package is we're going to provide you with some VIP seating, probably a ride with Mike, and exposure in all of our websites, on our website, and in our advertising and promotion. We'll be featuring you there. Plus, there'll be announcements being made during the course of the day about who's sponsoring this act and who's sponsoring that act. Most of the flying acts we have are probably about a $5,000 one. The jet truck is a more expensive one. But, again, we'll roll in some nice packages and exposure and things of that sort as part of this whole project. So get in touch with us. We can create packages for somebody if they want to be a sponsor of this, that, or the other thing, or have some of the VIP seating. We'll make a package work. And, by the way, General Mike Hogan is co-chair with me of the show. And Mike and I are going around and busy with people right now about some of these opportunities and putting some things together. got a great show lined up. In addition to the Blue Angels coming back, we've never had an F-35 here in Fargo. Well, we got one of those coming back, flown by a graduate of UND Aerospace School.
Wow.
Now in the Marines, and saw a story about him in the UND Alumni Magazine, got in touch with Ditch is his name, comes from Pierre, South Dakota. He's going to bring his F-35 here.
Wow.
And so that will be a big deal. And by the way, there's some other great opportunities, Dan, if I can talk about it just a second.
Sure.
When we hit the field on Air Show Day, we are going to need about 400 people working. It's a great opportunity if you're in a soccer club, a Boy Scout group, a church group, a service club. You bring some people out to help us work the field that day. We're going to pay every one of your people $50 per person per day.
Wow, that's great.
Come out there with 10 people, you make $500 a day. You want to do it 2 days, you pick up $1,000. Easy for your club organization to make some money. And let's say we did about 400 volunteers. We've done this way in the past, worked out very well. We pay out somewhere $50,000, $60,000 to groups to help us put this show on. So there's that opportunity, in addition to the opportunities with sponsorships and things of that sort. Quick idea, too, we've got a new family package thing we're promoting this year. $49 gets you 2 adult and 2 kid tickets, get in the gate. Our website is fargoairshow.com, and there's a lot of information on there about tickets and pricing, and there are some early bird ticket prices that are being promoted right now. So get on board there and see if you don't get the answer there. Dan, send them over to me. We'll be glad to give them some information.
You got it, Dick. The Fargo Air Show is a 30-year-old nonprofit organization, over 70 volunteers that have produced 14 shows and contributed over $600,000 to area organizations like the Fargo Air Museum, the Roger Maris Cancer Center, the YMCA, and more than 75 other worthy causes. And we hope you're going to get involved, too, whether your gang will come up and be part of the team that helps run the air show, or whether you're a sponsor of the air show. You can get a hold of them at sales.fargoairshow@gmail.com. Sales.fargoairshow@gmail.com, or just look for Dick Walstad or Mike Haugen or any of those guys and get her done. Dick Walstad, co-chair of this year's Fargo Air Show, co-founder of the Fargo Air Museum, and one of the reasons why it's a great place to live in Fargo-Moorhead. Dick Walstad joining us today. Mr. Walstad, sir, thank you so very much, and we'll talk again, okay?
I appreciate the call, and thank you very much, Dan. Appreciate the help.
You bet, Dick. Thanks so much. Dick Walstad joining us today about the Fargo Air Museum, the Fargo Air Show and the Air Museum. 454 at the Mighty 790 and 104.7 KFGO.
Check out Bath Fitters' booth at the Red River Valley Sportsman Show March 4th through the 7th at the Fargo Dome. You'll